Hello everyone, welcome back to Pixel Village and I'm Radha Krishnan. Today we have an exciting topic to dive into in our Shoot Like a Pro 24. It's an age-old debate between cell phone cameras and digital mirrorless cameras or DSLR cameras, whichever way you want to kind of describe a digital camera or a high-end camera. We will explore the advantages and disadvantages of each. And to make things even more interesting, we will put them to a test in photography and video shootout. And to do that, we have the all-new Vivo X100, which has a 50 megapixel wide-angle camera, a 50 megapixel standard camera, and a 64 megapixel telephoto camera. So that will be compared with another 47 megapixel mirrorless camera. We couldn't find exactly matching resolution, but however, 47 megapixel, let's say, is very close to this camera resolution or this phone camera resolution. Now, this is a full frame camera. And this one is a 1-inch sensor. We'll come to that comparison a little later. And this one is an APS-C sensor, aim and shoot camera. And this one has only a 24 megapixel because at that price range, I couldn't find anything which can shoot 50 megapixel. But the comparison will be the price. Now, this is actually lower or lesser priced than the mobile phone. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you never miss our content. Let's dive right in. First, let's start by looking at the advantages and disadvantages of both these formats. First, the cell phone. The advantages are very simple, very clear. It's extremely portable. It's always with you. It's convenient because quick access, easy operation, etc. Connectivity is another big plus for anyone who shoots with a mobile phone camera because you can instantly share your content to the internet. Sensor sizes, of course, these days the sensor sizes of a mobile phone camera is becoming bigger and bigger. This one is around 1 inch. Now, the disadvantages of a camera, again, very obvious that sensor size itself is limiting. Smaller sensors can impact low light performances, no interchangeable lenses options unless you are using a third-party lens. Even that third-party lens is limiting and, well, because the choices of the third-party lenses are again limited. Limited manual controls that really restricts, you working with the mobile phone camera. Battery drain, which is another big concern. Extensive camera use consumes phone battery. Durability is another big concern. They are prone to damage. They are costly to repair. And it's also believed that these phones are, they are designed to self-destruct. And the last but not the least, it goes out of fashion very fast. Now to the digital cameras. Yeah. The advantages are obvious. The first and the foremost is image quality. Superior image quality, especially in low light conditions. Interchangeable lens option is another one. Manual controls. You can actually manually override any auto program modes just like that. It gives you a lot of flexibility as a creator. Next one is viewfinder. Well, the entire screen is your viewfinder when you're using a mobile phone as camera, whereas in this case, you got excellent control because of the viewfinder. You also, if you are born in a mobile phone era and if you are, used to framing like this, of course, the new cameras allow you to frame it like this as well. Durable. Extremely durable, works under, from probably -10 to 50 degree kind of centigrade kind of temperature. And the other one is the sensor size option. This one is a full frame camera, 47 megapixel full frame, and the sensor size is 36 by 24. This one is a 24 megapixel APS-C camera. We are comparing, like I said, because the price matches to the price of the phone. This is 22 by 15 and this one is 1-inch sensor. Now, when I say 1 inch is the diagonal measurement of the sensor. The actual size of the sensor is 13.2 by 8.8 mm. Now, let's talk about the disadvantage of a digital camera. Obviously, the bulk and the weight is the first one. Learning curve. You need to spend some time with the camera to understand and master this camera vis-a-vis, just picking out of your pocket and shooting it straight away. Cost is another limiting factor, but yeah, now these days, some of the, the top of the line mobile phones are almost as expensive as, a good quality digital camera. Post-processing often needs additional editing. Images out of this camera needs a little bit of editing, whereas this guy comes out finished. Then limited connectivity. You have Bluetooth and wireless, but still you will need an intermediary device to connect these cameras to the internet. So what are we going to do now? We're going to go out and do a small shoot. So in our previous videos, lots of our viewers commented that our pictures looked good because we had beautiful looking girls or handsome models, and we used studio lights. That's why they were looking good. So we decided for this test, we're going to be using regular people in whatever light that we can get ourselves into. So it's more like a real world test. So let's get out and do that shootout. Now, to make this whole experiment very simple, what we're going to do is we're going to shoot images only in high resolution mode of this. This phone offers, 10,000 different permutation combinations to shoot an image. But since what we're going to see is the quality of the image, we're going to worry about those three camera sensors: the wide angle, standard, and the tele. And we're going to shoot them in the high resolution mode and an ambient light here. Okay, so let me shoot. Okay, I got this image. So this is 50 megapixel. This is shot at 251 ISO, 1/50th of a second at 1.5 aperture. Okay. We also did low light, actually no light comparison of all these three devices. To match mobile phones, we shot everything handheld and also tried to match the focal length and also rest of the parameters. This is the full frame result. Mobile phone, of course, have this computational photography advantage, because of which you saw, even though the exposure time was close to a second or more, well, the images looks pretty clean, very, very usable. But it's not the case when you work with very low shutter speed in an aim and shoot camera and also a full frame camera, though there was built-in image stabilization. Can you believe that this is from mobile phone? This is an extreme wide angle. You can see from the BTS that there is absolutely no light, on the subject, but this is what the mobile phone saw. So are you ready to see the results? Well, I am actually eager to show it to you, share with you. So let me tell you what we did. The 50 mm wide angle has a lens which is equivalent to 14 mm in full frame, comparison. Then the standard lens is almost 35 mm, and the tele lens, which is a 64 megapixel sensor, it is equivalent to 70 So let me show you first, which was with our friend Rohidas, our chief editor. He is our model today, and let's take a look at these images. Okay, so let's start looking at this now. Now, interesting image. It's fit to screen. It's not 1:1. It's fit to screen. Okay, let's look at the next one, and let's look at the next one. So this is obviously it is labeled Vivo X100 Zeiss. Time, date, everything is written here, and I mean, I'm sure you're already surprised. The quality is in one go. It's really comparable. In a screen, definitely on a mobile phone screen, if that's what your consumption is, you're not going to really see major differences. So let me see it in actual size. So this is the actual size, and now you can see the details that it has captured, and also the focus fall off. Because it was shot using the high definition mode, I told you, no other depth controls or any other stuff, any other kind of controls are not possible. So now this is the other one. Let me again go to 1:1. This is again 1:1. I'm sure now you may have figured it out. This one is the full frame. Now, definitely in terms of image quality and integrity, and let's say the focus fall off, sharpness fall off, all those technical details, this definitely is a way superior image. Now, I'm not talking about RAW. This is JPEG, standard, auto white balance. It's everything has gone auto here, exactly the way mobile phone is shot. But I like the way the skin is reproduced. Let's look at here. Now, obviously, there is additional sharpness here because I told you that's the way the mobile phone processes an image, and there is no fall off. There is no depth, even though it was shot on the claimed 1.2 aperture or 1.4 aperture. You don't have a proportionate focus fall off here, but it's definitely acceptable, compared to what this is. This is the APS-C. Now, this is where the compromises happen, this guy. So, obviously, that's the reason why the mobile phone has eaten up the space of this guy and not this guy. Okay, so let's look at it once more. This is my full frame. This is the phone, and this is the APS-C. Let's look at other parts of the image. Obviously, you will see that the mobile phone has unreal sharpness on it. It's worked on extensively. You look at all these details here. It's extremely sharp. It's unsharpened. So a trained eye will tell you that this is worked upon, this is processed, heavily processed, and the sharpness is added. Whereas here in this one, this is the APS-C. You don't have, everything looks very real, and here in this case, this is very natural. So there is a natural, focus fall off, and the image looks very organic. Let's look at the wide angle shot. So you're looking at one image here. Let me cycle through. This is the other one. I'm sure you figured out which one it is. And here you go. So the Vivo image, it has the instant pop, the sharpness, and you don't need to work on it anymore. And this is your APS-C. Obviously needs a little bit of working on it. It's JPEG already, it's already processed, so there's no too much of elbow room that you have to work with this. And this is your full frame. Again, because the profile applied on it is neutral, there is not too much of color pop that is available here. Let us see it in actual pixel and take a look at this. Let me try and match. So now you will start seeing the real difference. Okay, so there you go. This is your APS-C. Now you see the difference in the sharpness here, and this one is more organic. But well, this is what you will use in case if you want to print, you want to use it for some serious usage, and if you want to use it for Instagram and all the other purposes, want to share it with your friends on your phone and WhatsApp, etc. This has the instant appeal. So here we go. This is the telephoto camera of the X100, 64 megapixel, and it's equivalent to 70 mm. And what we did was, well, this is the fit to screen size. Let me go and take a look at the rest. And you already may be seeing the difference. So here it is. Okay, now let's see it in actual pixels. There you go. Wow. This is the actual pixel, the actual size. Command 1. Let's go to the next one. This is your command 1. Now you will see where the mobile phone is scoring. Okay, this is the APS-C and this is your full frame. Can you see the difference? So when you look at these images on a mobile phone screen or a reasonably good sized laptop, you don't really see that major difference in the images shot with, let's say, a phone camera like this of excellent quality and a full frame. The APS-C really feels inferior. But when you actually enlarge and see and do a little bit of pixel peeping, not too much of it, you can really see that a full frame is a full frame. This is what you need to do serious work. So if you want to scale up your photography, obviously there is nothing to beat it, but this definitely is a starting point. Okay. Now, this obviously has unreal sharpness added to it. Like I was telling you earlier, a trained eye can see it, untrained eye cannot see it. For an untrained eye, this is just like a wow, but it is not. This is your mobile phone video image. See, the background is also equally sharp. Now, for you, I have actually shot one more image to kind of demonstrate to you the portrait mode of this particular camera. Now, look at this. Clean, nice. I mean, because the brightness, the contrast values were very good. The masking was perfect. So they could actually give you a very good, nice bokeh. But this is a digital bokeh. Now, if you really want to see the proper bokeh, this is the one. Are you convinced? What is your decision? So there you have it, folks. We have delved into the strengths and weaknesses of both the cell phone cameras and the digital cameras. We've seen how cell phones excel in terms of convenience, portability, and connectivity, making them a go-to choice for everyday moments and social media sharing. On the other hand, the digital mirrorless cameras offer superior image quality, versatility, and manual control, making them the preferred tool for enthusiasts and professionals seeking that perfect shot. Cell phones proved their mettle in spontaneous situations and quick captures, while the digital cameras showed their prowess in low light conditions and creative photography. Each has its own strengths, and the choice ultimately depends on the preference and the needs of the end user. So in conclusion, there is no one-size-fits-all answer. It's not about whether one is better than the other. It's about finding the right tool for the job and making the most out of the gear you have. The writing on the wall is very clear. We all know that the cell phones finished off the aim and shoot camera market. And they are now aiming for the big guys, the digital cameras. And with the kind of resources available to them, it may even become a reality unless the camera brands wake up. I think the trick will be in reintroducing the aim and shoot cameras and affordable mirrorless cameras with computational photography features built in it. Or even opening up the firmware for third parties. Zeiss and Samsung had introduced such cameras many years back, but they failed because they were a little ahead of their times. But whether it's your trusty cell phone or your trusty digital camera, what matters most is your passion for photography and videography. Experiment, learn, and keep capturing those moments that matter to you. Thanks for joining us today. We hope this video helped you gain a better understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of both cell phone and digital cameras. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let us know in the comments which camera you prefer and why. And in case if you need a detailed video of the X100, let us know. We'll try and make that one too. Until next time, keep shooting, keep creating. Bye for now.